Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you. Hooray! 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 Are you one? Are you two? Are you three? I have to get to 80.
Take too long.
That's all right, mate. Catch your cake.
Cut me cake.
So I want
I'm
to
going to do
what's the
a
colours?
Give him the microphone for a speech.
What's the colours?
Yeah.
Who said speech?
Me. Speech, speech,
Well,
speech.
you cut his cake and give a speech.
Yeah, okay.
Poor old Bernie's getting your cake right now.
Come on, the Aussies.
Oi, oi, oi.
If you touch the bottom, you have to kiss the ugliest man next to you.
Right.
Yay! Congratulations.
Beautiful. Well done. Okay, Bob would like to respond to those kind words that I raised for him.
Sure.
Thank you, Arthur. But I was thinking about this function the other day, and I went into the reading room and wrote out a few dot points. And there's the dot points. I'd just like to take it. Well, first of all, thank you everybody for coming. It's unbelievable. I've got 10 people there from Cairns, come all the way from Cairns and Brisbane. So surprising yesterday when they all turned up on my back door. And Robbie and Dean from Conroy. And plenty of other people. Gina from now, great. It's just wonderful to see everybody here. I thought I'd go back through the last 80 years. It won't take that long. But in October 1942, Dad was in the Royal Navy in World War II. And being in the Navy in the World War, that meant 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 51 days a year, and occasionally he got time off to come home. And it was always great joy when Dad apparently walked up Norfolk Street in Nelson and in his Navy uniform. Peter got trundled off to anti-militaries. This occurred in October 42. Yeah, Peter got trundled off to anti-militaries, so that Mum and Dad had a bit of time for themselves. 9 months later, July 24th, 1943. That was my birthday. Don't remember much of the first few years, but 1948, I remember going to hospital, having my tonsils out, and when I came home, Mum had also been in hospital, and Terry had been born in June 1948. I remember at that time I was going to nursing school, and one of the things we did at nursery school was every afternoon they'd get out of bed and we'd have a lie down. Things haven't changed much. Still the case. In the 1950s I went to Longwitcher Driving School in Nelson and had some wonderful friends there. Everybody was friendly. Just had a wonderful time at that school. I played soccer for the school for 2 years in a row and was captain of the cricket team. Had a great time. And during that time I met a fella by the name of Barry Wasley. He was my best mate at school, and since that time We've kept in touch on and off. We lost contact for a while, and I still talk to him by email. And Barry was born 4 days before me, and his wife Noreen was born 3 days before me, and we were all born in the same little nursing home. So it's probable that our mothers knew each other 80 years ago. Well, I'm not sure about the dads.
Nothing wrong with your hearing, Bob.
I think we had different dads. You never know. No, you never know. Where am I up to? I know I've got pages wrong. 1954, I went to Edge End Technical High School in Nelson, and Peter had been a student there for 5 years before that, and he was a prefect of the school, and just talking to the teachers there, he was very highly respected. And the school uniform there was a bright red blazer, bright red. Never forget that. 1955, Mum, Terry and I migrated to Australia to join up with Peter and Dad. Yeah, they'd been here for 12 months before. And I was enrolled to go to Wollongong, can't even pronounce it, Wollongong High School. And I came across Wollongong High School, came across attitudes I've never met before. I was abused, bullied, and given a bad time by some of the students, not all, because I came from a different country, a different accent, lily white complexion with pink cheeks, and I was given a hard time for quite a few years, actually. And just by some of the students. Another student there was George Edgar. He was in my class, and I got on well with George. George was a good bloke. So that hurt it affected my nerves, I think, and I didn't like it at all. So I made a vow at that stage that I would never treat people in that sort of way. And I've tried not to. I've always tried to treat people with respect. Just to respect their faith, their country of origin, their accents, and just try to treat people with respect. And I've done that, I think, most of my 80 years.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been one or two exceptions, which I've regretted, but life goes on. 1960, I started work at the Steelworks. 4th of January 1960, as a training metallurgist. And also in that year, the Jordan family increased by 3, with Joan Arthur and Chris, who can't be here today, joining the Jordan family, and they've been accepted ever since. I can tell you this, when Arthur and Chris were 2 or 3, I think, at the time, they swore like troopers. They did. I think Mum was upset.
Good Austrians.
But Peter soon knocked it out. And fine young men they, well, not young, but fine men they are today.
Thank you.
1961, I was working in Drug Products Lab and came across this fella who'd come down from Cairns as a trainee metallurgist, and that was Rocky Dowler, who's here today, all the way up from Colawa to be here. I was best man at Rocky and Jean's wedding over 50 years ago, and I can tell you this, Rocky, if I'd ever got married, you would have been my best man.
Or highly regret, Bob.
Okay. That page was out of order. At the Steelworks, the last 15 years I worked in the customer service section. And customer service in the Steelworks was a little bit different to customer service at Coles and Woolies, in that our customers were all scattered across Australia. And I spent 2 years in BHP's Sydney office and monthly sessions in Brisbane and Perth office, and also regular trips to Adelaide and Melbourne. We were known as the Jet Set at the time. We were all based in the central lab. And yeah, they were good times. But in 1953, I think it was, 1983, sorry. 1983, I decided to leave the Steelworks when they were talking about reducing numbers there from 23,000 down to 8,000. And I thought I'd leave on my terms rather than the possibility on their terms. So I left the Steelworks, finished off a commerce degree I was doing at uni, and joined Wollongong Council in the finance sections and engineering section, engineering services section. The last 15 years or so, I worked in the waste management section with Lindsay Dudson, who's here somewhere today, and some of the girls from that section, which is great to see. It was great to see. We looked after the tips, garbage bins, street cleaners, everything that was beautiful in life. In fact, I think it was Peter McLeod. He named Phil Hawley one of our first managers. He called him the Lord of the Flies. Anyway, I retired in 2008. To the end. We're going back now to 1984. We council had started building this golf course, and they called a meeting and decided to see if people were interested in forming a golf club here. And a few of us went there. It was when we put our names down on the list. There was myself, Tommy Kerr, Stan Roberts, God bless their souls, and Mick Welsh. Got a name. And we decided to form this club. And we formed a steering committee to form how we would run the club. And the day of the first meeting, I thought, I'm doing too much. I'm already treasurer of Cavaliers Hockey Club and the RSL Golf Club, and I'm finishing off a degree in uni. I don't want a job. Can do without a job, put it that way. And so I didn't go to the first meeting. And the next morning, old Tommy Kerr, rest his soul, he rang me up and said, "You weren't at the meeting, but I've got you a job." You got to be treasurer. Right? And as you can see on that board over there, 30 odd years later, I managed to get rid of it. That was mainly because of my failing vision. I had problems reading computer screens and reading minutes and invoices and whatnot. So that's in 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. That was the last 80 years. So now, just looking forward, 10 years' time, I'll be here. just make sure all you people are here too.
We will be.
And then in 20 years' time, it'll be my 100, and Eliza, where's Eliza? Eliza will be 21. So that's going to be a great year. Thanks everybody for coming. I really do appreciate it. I'm sure somebody else. Right? Yep. No, I've said it. I've said it more than 10%.